last time on Dice Funk.
How would you like to help? What would you propose we do about the whole dad sitch?
If you can find an opportune time for a sneaking mission, she will disable the chains.
At this point, Veltari's face just drops as she sort of realizes what the situation here is. This sort of, oh no, I'm going to eventually have to leave this place, oh no.
Even if I don't kill you here and now, this weakness is going to get you killed one day.
I'd rather this weakness get me killed than my previous weakness get people who don't deserve it killed.
And when you take a knife in the back because you trusted the wrong person, you're not going to regret this moment?
If I'm still alive 3.5 years from now, and I have to look back at another list of 12 people that I killed who didn't deserve it, that I know I'm going to regret.
That's why I put myself through that torture and to be ejected from the Order. Not to protect my friends, but because I knew at that point I didn't deserve to be there.
So I'm gonna tell Azrael I'm coming up with Zoe. When she turns around, help me get her in the box.
All right, so what Zoe's gonna do is cast Wind Wall.
The floor explodes,
God damn it.
Oh, fuck.
and a mighty redwood tree
Oh, Jesus.
bursts through the second floor, and then through the roof, and keeps going, because you have grown an entire tree on the spot you were standing, which has now impaled Dora's house. All right, I'm talking and I see blue lines. They're looking pretty good. How about you guys?
My blue lines are dissatisfied with their pay grade, but I've told them that we needed to start downsizing as of this quarter, and they're just not having it.
My blue lines are just happy to be in any kind of employment whatsoever. You know, there's diminishing work opportunities full stop for blue lines.
I have a complicated relationship with my blue lines.
My blue lines are pretty dope. They made a big decision. They're leaving their main job and going back to school, but it's good because they know that they're taking a chance on themselves and they deserve it. So they're really optimistic right now.
I'm really proud of them.
Yeah, I think it's going to go really well. I believe in them. They can do it. They're smart.
There's subtext of all of your guys' answers that's very real. Interesting tact, my friends. You guys want to do a podcast?
Sure, I guess.
Only if it's called Cat Mischief.
Well, now you've spoiled the name of season 4, episode 1, which is definitely going to be Cat Mischief.
You can always just edit that out, you know.
So now you're bringing your attention to it. Everyone stop acknowledging the Cat Mischief.
Cat Mischief.
10 minutes from now, I'm going to be like, remember that Cat Mischief? All
right, so the last thing that happened in our fun D&D adventure was Zoey Legrand dropped a wind wall to Lauren's side. I hope the mic picked that up. It was very good. The wind wall to protect her from her attackers, Theodora and Azrael. And that triggered wild magic, which made a giant tree grow, and it just burst up through the floor and impaled Dora's whole mansion. And now that's where we are, in that room, second floor, Maximilian/Azrael's lab. On one side of the room is Zoey Legrand, and the other is Azrael the Mind Flayer and Theodora the Nixie. And in addition to the wind wall, there is that tree. What do you guys do?
All right, so first things first.
I'm the realist.
So F things first. It's, I'm sorry about the tree through your house. That was, not expected.
I'm sorry I tried to bonk you. I didn't really know what to do.
Did you just, what, Dora, did you just try to kill me?
No. I was trying to just, put you in a box for a little while so you couldn't stop me. Which, yeah, I get it. That's not very chill. But I just kind of panicked. But no, definitely not trying to kill you. That's dumb, Zoe. Why would you even think that?
Because it's a very Ganador thing to do.
I'm not Ganny. I love him and stuff, but, I'm not looking to kill you.
Azrael sends you a mental message, Dora, and says, should I blast her, or...?
I'm just gonna say back, not yet. Let me talk to her.
All right, keeping this mental blast on ice.
Thanks, bro.
Zoe is going to summon her sword.
Oh, come on.
I'll note she's not, in an aggressive stance. Like, it's just in hand right now. Like, if this were Kingdom Hearts, which of course this isn't, but it is in every way, she wouldn't be in that, like, Sora squat down, like, combat pose thing, if you need a visual to understand it. Shit's not popping off now, but it's on the edge. And Zoe's just going to say, look, Dora, I don't want it to come to this. I don't want to fight and hurt anybody, but you're really leaving me no choice here.
I mean, just let me take it down and then put a new one back up and, like, just let me do it. Because, like, it's a good idea. Like, I don't see why we need to fight. Just don't.
Dora, with your Periton spirit animal friend, you sense 2 heartbeats coming your way up the stairs inside your house.
Oh, Claudia and Robin, right? I'll just send it to Claudia and be like, things are not great up here. Maybe don't come up here.
Don't come in, I'm busy. Occupado. Claudia responds to you. It says, why is there a tree in your house?
Zoe stuff. It's a Zoe sitch.
Okay, now they're running.
Oh, guys.
You're basically out of time to keep this from getting very bad, Dora.
Oh, God. Oh, God, what do I do?
Zoe is going to say, Dora, I'm going to give you one last chance. If you agree to rebuke Ganondorf, then there's still a chance we can mend all of this. But if not, there's no going back.
I mean, I can't believe you would even ask that of me. You don't understand. I know you didn't like him. It didn't mean much to you, but you have no idea how important he is to me.
I know that one of the first things you said to me when I asked you why you wanted to put the barrier down was because Ganondorf would kill everybody if you didn't. I feel like if he really is your friend, he shouldn't have to blackmail you into doing things like that.
You don't get it.
Claudia and Robin enter the room. Claudia is looking like herself with her messenger bag, and there are several precious stones she's levitating, which are her ammunition she fires in combat. And you see Robin, who looks like a chubby elf man and not like an ooze, and that is why you can sense his heart.
Hey guys.
Dora, Tree, in-house, why? Also, hi, Zoe.
Hi.
Completely human-like ways of speaking there. Fantastic.
Flustered, I am.
So, like, Zoe, came over to talk about the barrier and shit, and, like, it didn't go great, so...
You tried to bonk me!
I may have tried to put her in the ghost box just so she wouldn't, like, get hurt or get in the way. It didn't go well. Maybe that was a bad idea. I don't know, I panicked. And then she did, like, magic, which you know how that does with Zoe. So now we technically have a treehouse, and oh boy, I'm freaking out.
Hi, Dora. It's me, Robin. I don't know if you
Yeah,
can tell.
you're really, I like your little chubs. It's very cute.
Oh, I'm kind of insecure about that, but cool.
No, it's like good. It's really good.
This is awkward. I'm just gonna...
Yeah, like, you guys just can just, like, go if you want, or I don't know.
Azrael sends you another message, Dora, and says, you're in charge here. Make a decision or I'm gonna have to, because you're failing as leader of Team Evil.
Oh, boy.
I didn't do the accent because it's a mind message, so he can do whatever. He can sound like whatever he wants to sound like in his mind. And it's not that Austin forgot. Get off my back!
It's not because I can't mentally talk to you in an accent. I'm just...
Oh, boy. So what spell was what spell did he fucking have on deck?
He said he wants to mind blast Zoe.
What does that even mean? What does that do?
So I guess you ask him that telepathically, and he tells you just gotta render her unconscious.
Do it.
Okay, I left a pause there. Zoe, save against intelligence 15 is your DC.
Oh, that's one of my good ones. That's a lie, though. It's not. I rolled a 6. Is 6 better than 15?
Oh, my goodness.
Not even close, friendo.
Well, that's unfortunate.
All right, let me roll some damage here.
What about now? Is 6 higher than 15 now?
You've done nothing. You've changed no parameters.
Look. I picked up the die and I put it back down again in a different spot on the table. Now, is it higher?
You take 22 damage as Azrael sets off a mind bomb in your mind space. You start bleeding from like the nose.
That's not what I was led to believe that was.
It would have knocked him unconscious if he was dropped to 0. He survived it, so.
Oh, great.
I like Lauren is still under the misapprehension that there is like a single roll you can do to just win a fight.
I don't know things.
Are we rolling initiative at this point?
If you guys want to, that's Azrael does that. What do you guys do?
Well, shit's popping off now.
Yeah, I already have like a spell on deck, so.
I rolled an 8 for initiative.
18.
Is 8 higher than 18?
20.
I'm starting to think 8's not higher than any of these numbers.
It's conspiracy.
All right. So Azrael mind blasts Zoey. She starts bleeding from the nose, and her eyes well up with tears, and she's in pain, obviously, but it doesn't down her. So Azrael tries to telekinetically throw her into the wall. Strength check, Zoey.
Oh, why do you go with all these ones I have negatives in?
I'm sorry, that's how telekinesis works.
I rolled a 14.
I rolled a 12. You save again. So Azrael
How does Zoey keep surviving these strength checks?
I have no idea. Azrael tries to psychically manhandle you and fails. Dora, your turn.
I'm going to... Oh, it's so mean. Tasha's hideous laughter.
Zoey has to make a save.
Yeah, wisdom save. My spell save DC is now 18.
You have that dragon bone staff, which makes you very fearsome.
Okay, is 7 higher than 18?
Christ on a muffin. All right, Zoey, you collapse in laughter.
I like to think Zoe's thinking of some of her favorite Simpsons moments. And that's what's got her on the ground right now. Like she's thinking the whole fire and ice episode.
What's The Simpsons?
Zoey, it's your turn. You want to roll again to see if you can stop laughing?
Yeah, I guess we're going to try. Is 14 18?
No. I think we're going to have to teach Chris about numbers this episode.
This is really bad. I have a math test tomorrow.
Oh, no.
Oh, yikes. The first couple of attacks were not visible to the naked eye, so Claudia and Robin really didn't know what was going on. But once Dora waves her staff and Zoey collapses in laughter, they get it. And Claudia is going to start shooting.
Shooting at whom?
Me.
Nope, Azrael.
Oh.
Okay.
She'll deal with you, but right now she's attacking the squid man she does not have a existing relationship with.
Mm-hmm.
2 13s. Double bad luck, Claudia. That does not hit. So she fires like a ruby and a sapphire across the room, and they go over her shoulders and put holes in your room.
Claudia, stop.
You stop.
I'm not trying to hurt her. She's gonna attack me and try to
You can't just kidnap our friends, you herb.
Fuck you. That's not to Claudia. That's you, Herb.
I know.
I have to do something. It's just for a little bit. I got a really good plan to do the spine thing, and then it's fine. That's all I need. I just need a little time without being attacked.
While you and Claudia are arguing, Azrael goes over to Zoey, who is laughing on the floor, and mind flayers have a thing they can only use on incapacitated enemies called Extract Brain.
Oh, boy.
That 23 to hit, Zoey?
I'm going to have to double check, but I'm thinking no. Oh, wait, no, hold on. 23 is a lot higher than 11, so yeah, that's a hit.
All right. Here comes damage. Oh, only 18. Are you alive?
I'm unconscious.
Nice. All right, so here's what happens. You and Claudia are arguing. Dora, she's like, stop attacking our friend. And you're like, I'm not trying, blah, blah, blah. And Azrael floats over to Zoey, who's laughing on the ground, and just starts trying to rip her brain out of her skull. Unless you stop him, he's going to do this because she's unconscious and he has the ability. That's the way this game works.
Azrael, stop. Is he stopping? Probably not. What do I roll to just hit him with the staff really hard? 19 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
I bonk him real hard. Tell him to stop.
Roll damage.
5.
Okay, so he's trying to eat Zoe's brain, and you run over and you smack him in the back with your staff, and it doesn't seem like it actually hurt him that much, but he stops and turns and looks at you and says, Dora, we have run out of options. They are going to stop us. We have to kill them all now.
No.
This is what your indecisiveness has done.
I can fix it. Don't eat my friend's brain or whatever the fuck you're trying to do. Leave her brain alone. Put it back.
Claudia shoots Azrael 2 more times. 26 and 23, those both hit.
Oh no.
Azrael takes 19 damage as an emerald blasts through the side of his face, taking off a tentacle, and now he's bleeding.
Claudia, stop. We can't. I understand you're mad at him because he tried to eat her brain. It's this thing. Doesn't have a great moral compass, but we need him to make the new barrier. Without him, there's no new barrier, and please don't fucking kill him.
You can make a persuasion or intimidation if you want, but it's going to be with disadvantage because you have let this get pretty far out of control.
Yeah, that's my MO.
While you're doing this, I just like to believe that Rolen and Veltari in the mirror prison are just getting this, like, little bit of a wave washing over them wherever they are that's just like, did we leave the kids unattended again? Oh, fuck.
Did we forget something back in Ilium?
Did I leave the oven on?
So I rolled persuasion.
Mm-hmm. I see that.
I got a 9.
You sure did.
Azrael, go to your room!
Robin's kind of standing around like he doesn't know what to do. He's a scientist. He has no proficiencies and no spells. So he's like non-combatant, basically.
I'm gonna try to get between Claudia and Azrael.
All right, Claudia says, all right, Dora, I had to come to this, I guess, because you aren't good at villainy or covering your tracks.
I wasn't trying to be, like, villainous. I'm just trying to do the thing that I think is right.
If trying to kidnap Zoe isn't villainous, then I just am not. This is not my first language, I guess.
It's not the intent. The intent wasn't villainous.
Dora, him or us?
I love you guys, but I can't put up a new barrier without him. There's nothing if I can't have his science. And I wish it wouldn't be him or you, but in the long run, you are safer if it's him, because I guess I'm just dangerous to be around.
She shoots you twice.
Okay.
13 and 25.
25 hits, but the 13 is... I have a 13 AC.
Well, then they both hit.
They both hit, okay. Well, I'm dead, probably.
Do you think?
We'll see.
13 damage.
Oh, that's it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that could be worse.
So while that's happening, let's cut over to Veltari and Rolen. You guys have been in the mirror for quite a while now. A lot of things have happened. You're probably still seeing, the insubstantial specters of your guilts, just scenes of Veltari stealing bread to survive and Rolen looking over the people he's killed or seen killed, like Lady Nim, Garrick, stuff like that. But you guys have been in here long enough that you have control over this now. Your subconscious isn't just spewing things that can attack you. So I'm going to turn over descriptive duties to you. What do you guys do? How do you help each other deal with where you are right now emotionally?
Now that we have control of this whole thing, Roland, I feel like that it's time for us to do something that is, in my mind, an inherent part of this whole dealing with the mirror prisons deal. And I'm going to need you to summon up some dragon chests.
Okay.
Look, I know it might seem cliched, and I know that it's ultimately just a device for us to talk, but it feels like it's usually a catalyst to us working stuff out.
I'm just gonna say I didn't bring enough for everyone else, but let's go a few rounds.
19.
Rolen rolls a 15, and Veltari has a 19.
So how are you finding all this so far?
Finding this a bit surprising, despite the amount of stress you're going through. You're actually executing better strategies than I am right now.
I don't know how much of that is just... I kind of relish the opportunity to have a bit of a distraction. This has all been a lot to think about. It's nice to just focus my head on something that isn't everything I've ever done wrong. It can be a bit overwhelming. How are you getting on with all of the Rolens of the past?
I'm feeling surprisingly more at peace with things ever since that encounter with Galen earlier on. The thought of just sort of refuting or rebuking whatever I was trying to claim that I was in the past, things seem to make a lot more sense that way.
I get what you mean. Coming to terms with why you feel the way you feel about things is weird and messy. I'm gonna roll another dragon chess. 19 again.
29 natural 20 from Rolen.
The forbidden move.
He flips a phantasmal book of Dragon Chess rules and points out that what he did was technically legal within the Dragon Chess rule book.
You didn't know you could move down into the board. Got you.
I have spent so much of my life afraid of being hurt. I don't know who I am without that. If I leave that behind, I go back to square one, and I don't know who that leaves me.
The advantage of that is that means if you're square one, then you get to call the shots.
Until someone that doesn't like me takes that away from me.
That's one of the reasons why I gave up what I had, the shield, the sword, and the armor, because I thought that those were things that I needed in order to be who I perceived myself as. I needed that perception. I needed those items to define that. Just like I felt like I needed to be part of the order, and I needed affirmation from Warden Light. All these things that I felt were important and necessary for me to be me.
I think at this point, I kind of want to walk over and have a conversation with, and I know that I keep going back to this particular NPC, but I think that there's definitely something to be explored with them, is I want to go back to 6-year-old Veltari.
So the young Veltari that represents the guilt you have over being abandoned is still there, and you can basically summon her at will, and she kind of floats over to you, and she's still kind of stuck in that moment when Veltari's mother walked out. Mm-hmm. So upon seeing you, she says, Please don't go. I didn't do anything.
And I want to sort of repeat somewhat what I did the first time round. I want to kneel down to her and just look to her and just say, I promise you that you didn't do anything wrong, and there's nothing about you that means you deserve this. And at this point, I want to summon in the sort of mirror world that we now have a bit more control of. I want to get something like a paint or something of that nature. Something that I can sort of just, I could visibly apply some to my skin and it would be visible that it's there.
Mm-hmm. You can describe anything you want in this space.
Okay, we'll go with the fantasy equivalent of just some kind of like paint that would show up nicely on Veltari's skin, and just hand it over to 6-year-old Veltari and just say, I want you to draw something here on my wrist. And it can be whatever you want to draw, and I'm going to keep it with me. And that way you know, even when I go, you're not going to be forgotten, and you'll know that there's someone out there that cares about you. Even if I have to go, you've not done anything wrong, and I'm going to keep you with me, okay?
Did you have something in mind, or do you want me to improv something?
If something jumps to mind, I don't have anything particular that's jumping to my mind.
That's that good improv shit.
Yeah, I'm throwing the ball to you. Yes, and
Zip, zap, zop.
She writes, it looks like some like beautiful Cyrillic script, but it actually just says boners in Infernal. Tell everybody it says luck. So like the kind of symbols and the motifs that we've established so far in this season, we've been working with a lot of flower imagery, the lilies, Hyacinth Highway, the roses that Garrick died in. So flowers are a thing. Also, obviously, prisons. Maybe like an open bird cage or something is, I think, a good prison break kind of symbol.
I think I may have just found a thing that works for me. I just need to find an image that works.
Okay, I was gonna say the other symbol we've worked with this season that doesn't fit at all is eyes. a lot of eyes, but that's not quite a Veltari thing.
I have a thing, and it's on the theme of flowers, and I kind of like the idea of young Veltari trying to draw a dandelion.
Aww.
Something that's typically seen as not desirable, but that might still be beautiful.
Aw, you think it's a weed, but it's a flower to me.
Exactly. How does that sound as a response thing?
Young Veltari's already drawn it on you, and you're definitely gonna get it tattooed someday.
Yeah.
But as she does that, you see she paints it onto your wrist, And from your kind of makeshift paint tattoo, a rainbow light seems to begin to emanate out of it and kind of surround you and envelop you. Like you're glowing with like a rainbow aura around you. And it's not going away and you can't control it. It just kind of slowly, warmly slips around you as young Veltari looks up at you.
I look over to Roland and I just go, look who got out of Mirror Prism first.
Not how it works. You're still there.
Best Mirror Prism breaker around.
You're like Roland's gonna just say flatly, you're still standing there, though. Nice colors.
I'm still stood here, but like, I clearly won, right?
You guys. All right, nerds. Back in Theodora's house, Claudia and Robin are kind of backing out of the workshop. Claudia uses her telekinesis to pull Zoe's body over to her, and they seem like they're going to try to take it and run away. Azriel is behind you. Dora, what do you do?
Okay. Kill me.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna say to Azriel, help me knock them all out.
Okay. So let's say she shot you in the chest, so it's your turn, Dora.
All right, I'm going to try Tasha's hideous laughter on Claudia.
All right, so you swing your bone staff, and she has to make a save, but she's going to do it with advantage, because as your magic flares up, you see before you, she summons up a flail snail.
Oh, flail.
And its scintillating shell gives her advantage against magic.
Cool.
As it tries to reflect it back at you. For those who haven't seen the flail snail, it is a giant snail with a sparkling anti-magic shell, and its little eye stalks are maces, basically. But its most important aspect is, of course, that scintillating shell, which I just cannot stress enough how scintillating it is.
It is so scintillating,
16. Does that win?
Nope.
Oh, no.
I have 18.
Okay, Claudia collapses in laughter, even though the flail snail is doing its best to protect her. And Robin sees this, and he looks at Claudia, and there's a wordless agreement between them.
Oh, God.
As Robin scoops up Zoe and starts running.
Whose spell turn is it?
It's Azriel's turn, and he says to you, all right, so I can eat this one's brain, yes?
I would really prefer if you didn't, but, just knock him out and we'll talk about it later.
Okay, well, she's laughing, and he has the extract brain thing, so yikes. You keep setting him up, because mind flayers have to disable you before they can eat your brains, and you guys are like a perfect team of disablement and brain eating. You're like a machine.
Yeah.
52 damage.
What the fudge?
Azriel, when he tried to extract your brain, he like jammed his beak into your head, Zoe. That's what knocked you out, and he was about to rip off the top of your skull and eat your brain, but Adora stopped him. But this time he knows he's not allowed to eat, so he doesn't do it so crudely, but the book gives him really strong tentacle attacks, and she cut off one of his tentacles. So he actually just, while she's on the ground laughing, he grabs the back of her head with his face tentacles and just slams it into the floor as hard as possible, breaking her nose and knocking her out, is what he does with that particular thing. And then he drags her to the chest and throws her inside and locks it. Robin and Zoe have escaped.
Great.
How's your Disney villain fantasy going, Theodora?
It's going all right.
Azriel turns to you and says, we have to start killing your enemies, because they are going to make it difficult to send the signal to Grace to turn off the chains, because if you start sending a spooky signal, you're going to be stopped. You realize how bad this has gotten, yes?
Yeah, I know. I fucked up. I should have just... I don't know why I thought I could love things.
Aww.
This always happens. I always have to kill the things I love. I should have just listened to you.
Azriel is still bleeding from his missing face tentacle, and he like kind of glides over to you, and he looks like he's going to put a hand on you to maybe reassure you, and then he remembers he's a mind flayer, and he does not. And he just floats out of the room.
All right.
Dora, what are you going to do?
I'm going to use sending
Mm-hmm.
to send a message to Carrie to have her keep an eye out, because she doesn't live with me, unfortunately, for Robin and Zoe.
Ooh, okay. So you tell Carrie, who's at Tarsus, that if she sees Zoe and Robin, that they are not hostile to your interests, and she will intervene. But what actually happens with Robin and Zoe is Robin takes Zoe back to the Avant-Garde's headquarters. Zoe, you awaken to Winnie's face an inch away from yours.
Ow.
Ah! Zoe, are you okay? It's me, your boy.
I feel like something tried to eat my brains.
Yeah, you have, I guess, beak marks in the back of your head. It almost got very bad back there. You were saved by this, chubby gentleman.
What?
Hey, Zoe. It's me, Robin. We've met.
Wait, what happened?
I saved your life, but I think Dora has Claudia. We're gonna have to go kick her butt now, so...
Can Zoe physically get up after having her brain extracted almost?
Almost. You have, 1 hit point as far as the game mechanics are concerned. Winifred gave you, he used a healing item that gives you 1 HP. It was jam.
Of course it was.
It's a reflavored good berry, technically, in game terms, but you know how it is.
This is good berry jam. Yeah, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, if Zoe's physically capable of doing it, yeah, when she hears that Claudia is still back there, she's gonna hop up and like prepare herself to go back immediately.
So Winnie, of course, is startled by you trying to escape while bleeding from several holes in your head. And he's like, "Oh, Zoe, you shouldn't move." And this is Austin now saying you are going to take a penalty of some sort from having been so savagely knocked unconscious, because that's not good for your brain meat. What do you think is an appropriate short-term penalty for that?
What does exhaustion generally apply to you with? It's just like a disadvantage to attack rolls?
Yeah, disadvantage on most rolls go until you're not exhausted anymore. I think that's a fair one.
Yeah, I think that's perfectly fair.
All right. So Winifred says, you really shouldn't get up until we know you're okay.
If I can move, then I'm fine.
That's really brave, Zoe.
Sure. I'll consider whether or not it was brave after it's done. Right now, this is what I know I need to do.
Robin says, is it just going to be me and you? Do you know anyone who would help?
This is a big moment, I think. A big,
It's
or rather
very
big question to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Zoe's going to say no.
Oh. Interesting.
I don't want anyone else to get involved in this. It was already my fault that Claudia's in the position she's in, so I can't have anyone else suffering from my mistake.
Robin says, that's really thoughtful, and I don't really care what cannon fodder gets hurt to save Claudia, but it would be helpful to have more. I know you don't want anybody else's stuff on your conscience, but if we just go in there and we get killed, it's kind of moot, huh? I mean, what's your plan? There's 100 skeletons. Dora's going to reprogram to attack us on sight. We're not going to get inside the house.
Please, you act like breaking into Hawthorne House is something that's difficult.
Excuse me, I don't have many areas of expertise, but I'm a doctorate in breaking into that house.
She's like, breaking into Hawthorne House? And that's when she does the turn over the shoulder thing. She's like, that's what I'm best at.
Robin says, for real though, you have 1 HP and I don't know how to use any weapons. Is our plan to... What's our plan?
Zoe says her plan is to get inside.
Uh-huh.
And to free Claudia. And she will do everything in her power to make sure that Claudia is able to escape.
What's my role in that plan?
Do you have any spells or anything that you fight with, generally?
I'm a chemistry master's. I was a slime for a couple years, so any of that help?
Can you mix up a really good drink?
You want some posh? I see. That dank posh.
Or a cocktail. I was really, your plan sounds better now that I hear it.
Uh-huh. Well, you're going to want to roll hit dice to get your health back anyway, right?
Yeah, I have several of those I can do. 30. Wow, I rolled really well on my hit point dice.
Is that full?
It's just about full.
All right. So the posh that Robin makes you is going to give you a. Can you think of a good effect? Because I can think of a couple, but I'm not in love with any of them.
Can Robin make a potion of flying?
He can make you a potion of high jump, which is almost as good as flying. How about that?
I would like that.
All right. So he's giving you Michael Jordan's secret stuff. No, I'm sorry. No, I'm dumb. It's flubber. You've gotten flubber.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
A more timely reference for the kids. Yeah, so he makes you that potion, and he says, so am I just gonna, like, watch you jump over the fence and go save my wife? Or...
You do what's best for you. I don't want you putting yourself into danger just because your wife's the one in danger. I'm gonna trust that I'll be able to get her out of this, Robin.
The avant-gardes haven't always been reliable, but of them, you seem like the most reliable, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's the best thing right now. You need to think that I'm reliable, so I agree. I am the reliable one.
The Rocks just don't like Rolen. It's nothing about it's not a defect in Rolen's character. It's the Rocks' outlook on life.
They just never bothered getting to know him is really the problem.
They hate dragon chess. It's their really big issue.
Listen, sometimes two perfectly nice people can just not get along. Life is like that sometimes.
Okay, so my plan as of right now is to go towards Hawthorne House, but obviously I'm not going to be just walking right up to the door or anything like that. When I get somewhat close to it, but not within range, basically before I get into range of skeletons, I want to cast one of my warlock spells, which is invisibility.
Nice. So that does not invoke wild magic.
It does not.
Which would have been very funny for your sneaking mission.
Then I want to basically get as close to the house as possible, and then use that potion to high jump up to the second floor where that fight took place.
Okay, so two things to note while you're flying through the air. One is that the window does not immediately go into that room. Remember, it's in the hallway where you guys fought the caretaker, and then there's a door between that room and the window. So you can't immediately leap into the workshop. So you'll have to walk down the hallway. Not a big deal. The second important thing to note about this is not from Zoe's perspective, it's Dora. You feel a heartbeat.
It's probably a bird's. I wouldn't be concerned with it.
I mean, Dora's not an idiot. She knows. Okay, I just switch on detect magic. And would that mean that I would see her?
If you're in visual range, you still have to look at her.
No, I was going to go to the window.
Yeah, okay, you're trying to look out the window she's trying to jump through?
Yes.
All right, amazing. So Zoe...
I know it's dumb, but it's funny.
Oh, man.
Yeah?
Okay. So... This is going to get fucking Clown Fiesta goofy right now, all right?
I love it.
Clown Fiesta, that's a good one.
Can I also, I mean, maybe it's too late to say, can I tell Azriel that I feel a heartbeat?
I'm sure it's not going to be a big deal. She's about to fly through the window.
Yeah.
So when Zoe gets to that window and sees Dora there, I want to cast Misty Step to teleport into the room right behind Dora, and then turn around and cast Wind Wall directly through at Dora to shoot her out the window.
God, I love this season so much. We're gonna have to do so much right now. We're gonna make 2 wild magic rolls.
Two magic rolls, yeah.
2 magic rolls. Magic.
16.
Good.
What'd it do?
It's always good when he laughs.
Dora, do you have anything metal on you?
I don't think so.
What's your arcane focus?
It's like a pin. That'd be metal.
Okay. Zoe, you misty step into the second floor behind Dora. The wild magic consequence of that is you become magnetic.
Oh shit! Can I be magnetically pulled to the fucking box?
Well, remember, it's down the hallway and through the door. But the first consequence is you suck up Dora's arcane focus.
Oh shit!
I have the staff now. Wouldn't that also be like an arcane focus?
Yeah, it would.
Is there any metal on the staff?
No, it's just bone.
It's still nice and cinematic.
I mean, it's metal, but it's metal, but not made of metal. Okay, that's the.
Oh my god.
So you suck Dora's brooch off her cloak. You catch it in your outstretched hand, like the coolest human being who has ever lived, and then you drop a wind wall right on her shit. Dora, strength save.
Oh, I have 0.
Well, to be fair, you rolled a 1d8 instead of a 1d20.
Oh, I didn't even realize it was on the wrong thing.
Dang, that would have been so good.
Oh, gosh. 7. Still not great.
No, that unfortunately will not save.
And a 2 on the wild magic table now.
I'm gonna die. This episode's gonna kill me. I'm gonna die.
This is your fault, Austin.
A 2 on the wild magic table says in all caps, max strength.
Oh no.
Holy shit, am I going to become the Juggernaut?
You have a 20 in strength now.
What?
Okay.
You become inhumanly strong, Zoe.
Pluck me gently with the chainsaw.
So that's how you become swole. You just,
You roll till you swole.
All right, so Dora, take 3d8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. 10.
All right, 10 damage to Dora as she is battered into the window. You can fly, so the image I like of this is you being blasted out the window and then just immediately flying as the glass rains down around you.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. And I'm gonna talk to Azrael and say, you can eat her brain.
Oh! All right, I think we're cutting back to Rolen and Veltari now.
I'm getting into it.
Oh, this is going to be so delicious.
I do hope our children aren't getting up to any mischief while we're gone.
We're fine.
Oh gosh.
Just enjoy your vacation. Jeez.
At this point, Roland regards sort of Veltari, and he finally, after a long moment of silence, he moves to stand up and walks back into the Ninsen Chapel to where the bodies of his caretaker still lay on the ground. And looking upon them, just takes a nice, long, slow moment to think about what he's looking at, think about what has led up to all this point. And finally, he moves to rest his hands on their bodies once more and say, last time I left home, you told me that perhaps I could still influence a positive change in the world, and I believe I can still, but I have to come to terms that at times I'm going to make mistakes and I'm going to fall short, but I shouldn't stop trying. Thank you for everything you provided me. And after murmuring those words kind of softly, he moves to gather both the bodies of Essard and Tane and pick them up from the ground in an effort to start carrying them from the chapel with him.
As you walk between the pews of the chapel back towards the door, carrying both of their bodies, from their forms emanates the same kind of rainbow light that is currently enveloping Veltari, and it begins to work its way over your body as well. Veltari, you see him coming out of the Ninsen Chapel carrying these bodies.
Look who it is. Mr. Second half of the best get out of mirror prison team around.
Veltari, you feel your younger self's little hand hold on to yours as you both are kind of aglow with this magical rainbow aura that is now unmistakably the aurora around Ilium and has just suffused your person.
Roland, this is the bit where I wonder how we get out, because I don't think we were told what to do when we started glowing.
You guys can do whatever you want in this space. How does it look for you?
As soon as Roland exits the Ninsen Chapel carrying those bodies and sort of enveloped in the light of the aurora, the doors of the chapel swing closed behind him. And then sort of through the the edges of the doors, faint impressions of the light of the aurora can be seen.
Yeah, I love that. And all the kind of ghostly spirit forms that were previously encircling the two of you begin to flow into you as you fully take on those burdens and internalize them. And you are covered in the aurora's light and filled with your actualized guilt. And you are ready to carry it with you.
Are you going to open this door or what? My hands are kind of full right now, Veltari.
I still have a free hand. Let's do this. And I push open the doors.
All right. And so you two walk out of the mirror and off the top of the sacrum.
I'm just checking, you don't mean that literally, that we just, we left the mirror and now we are falling. We've walked up the top of the sacrum.
No, that's what I mean. You guys talked about this before you went in.
Of course, Roland's hands are now empty, or his arms are now empty as soon as they exit the mirror, correct?
Correct. Veltari walks her younger self out, and Roland carries the memory of his fallen mentors, and they are gone, but the light around you is not. You are both still visibly glowing with like a rainbow aura.
Roland, as soon as he realizes that they're starting to fall, instinctively grabs at Veltari and invokes the influence of the griffin to gain those ethereal wings that he's used only one other time so far.
Yep, to save Zoe as she plummeted out of the sky.
Yep.
And so do you want to describe this? Because the whole campaign has been leading up to this brilliant moment, and I think it falls to either one of you or both of you.
Roland takes a moment to get himself righted and to pull up before Veltari and Roland hit the ground, and they make sort of a beeline towards the barrier's edge itself. As they near, Trinity is seen sort of catching up to speed with them, since Roland's flight speed is slower than Trinity's movement speed. And as soon as Trinity is close enough, Roland is able to set himself right into the saddle, moving to hold on to Veltari as effectively the three of them make a beeline straight to the Aurora itself. At this point, Roland helps Veltari down to her feet, gets up Trinity, and then proceeds to take off any supplies that are currently carried by the horse, since a lot of his supplies were strapped onto Trinity.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, I don't have to feel bad about leaving you behind. We'll see each other in about 10 minutes from now, so you be good for that short term there, okay?
I am ready to get out of this goddamn bubble. Bumbershoot wasn't even fucking here. Come on, let's go.
All right, that's your final line before you exit. As Bumbershoot wasn't even fucking here.
Bumbershoot wasn't even fucking here.
Goodbye, Ilium. For now, at least. And then, with way too much stuff kind of strapped to his back, he sort of pets Trinity, and with a motion, causes Trinity to disappear as an entity, because he can dismiss it away, and then moves to lead Veltari with him out of the barrier, or at least through the barrier.
Roland and Veltari step through the Aurora of Ilium and into a lush field of lilies. They are still surrounded by the rainbow aura of guilt, but which has also encased their possessions. This is kind of at guilt's discretion. She could have rendered you naked, I guess, and kept all of your equipment behind. There's no reason why she doesn't have that power, but she lets you keep it because D&D, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a whole conversation to be like, well, swords can't have guilt, but also your stomach is filled with intestinal bacteria, right? Like, we could have that entire conversation, right, about the loopholes there. But at the end of the day, guilt gets to decide who leaves and who goes. That is also why you can see silhouettes through it. That's how she chooses to function.
Mm-hmm.
And you two step out, and you were just in this beautiful field of flowers, and behind you is just this rainbow column of light. And you're free.
Oh, I forgot my keys inside. Hold on, I'm going to be right back.
I was gonna go more with the like, Roland, sucker, I'm out. Thanks for that.
Send my Oscar to the P.O. box. I'm out.
It was a long con all along.
Just right away. Evil, evil, evil.
I tricked guilt. Ha ha.
She gets on her manticore, revs it like a motorcycle.
Is that drawing still on your hand?
I don't know, Austin. Is it still on my hand? I assume not, because it was drawn on my hand in a mirror dimension.
There's a faint rainbow outline of the drawing of the dandelion on your wrist. And you also see that the rainbow auras around you are beginning to dim.
Just about, still.
Well, at least we know what we need to do next, or at least I know what I plan on doing first right now.
For the second, before she does anything else, Veltari is going to cast Disguise Self. And the only thing she's going to do is she's just going to firm up that dandelion on her wrist for now.
Nice. So I assume the next move for Veltari and Rolen is to take the Hyacinth Highway to the kingdom of Agarthan, where the Ninsen Chapel is, and where you've been led to believe Mara Sladen is.
But first he has to resummon his horse, so they have a faster means of travel.
No, I'm riding the Manticore.
Okay, that's also very good. All right, so the last scene of that team is Horse and Manticore, ghostly Manticore, it should be stated, taking off across the field on their way to go save a paladin from a vampire.
I think we've done some pretty badass work today. Yeah.
All right, so with that triumphant scene behind us,
Clown Fiesta! Clown Fiesta!
Fiesta.
Cloud Fiesta.
Dora, you're floating outside the shattered window of your own home. Zoe, you're standing on the second floor looking out. You're also magnetic and you have the strength of 10 men. The skeletons who have had their defense protocol activated are beginning to pour into the house, and also Azrael's on his way. What do you two do?
Should we roll initiative?
Yeah, I mean, otherwise I think we're both just going to try to, say we're doing something right here, so it might be more fair to just say we're doing an initiative roll of some kind to at least decide who gets to act first.
20.
I have a 5.
Oh, lovely.
All right.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and try Tasha's hideous laughter.
You do love yourself some laughter, huh?
It works really well.
How? Because the wind wall is 50 feet long. How long did Dora get pushed out from the wind wall?
Oh, so it's hanging so the wind wall is hanging horizontally out the window in 50 feet?
Yes. Like I set it right where Dora was, so that would be like the beginning and then 50 feet straight out.
I mean, she could just move to the left a little bit and cast it diagonally in.
Yeah, and I fly.
So yeah, she can't get back in without taking bludgeoning damage, but she can cast magic at you.
13.
That does not beat 18.
Does it beat 18 now?
I don't think so. I wish I could do that for you, but I just can't.
All right, so Zoe, once again, you collapse in laughter on the second floor. It's your turn.
All right, cool.
Chris rolled a 20 and no longer is laughing.
I mean, she can literally cast it again. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
She can do it once more and then she's out of magic.
For the entire fight.
So it's my turn now?
Correct.
I'm just going to do it again. It's very good.
Jeez.
19, fuck you, yes! Yes!
Fuck. I gambled.
So you guys are in a magic duel. You're trying to send laughing magic through a window. There's a hurricane. Zoe, you're magnetic. God, the season's so good. This is your last turn before people start getting to the second floor.
All right, I'm dashing off. I'm casting Detect Thoughts, and I want to detect where. I want to try to see if I can detect Claire's thoughts, or Claudia's thoughts, rather.
You're on the second floor. You cast Detect Thoughts. You know Claudia is just down the hallway and through the door inside the box. Dora can't chase you through the wind wall unless she wants to take a bunch of damage. So you run down the hallway, you open the door, there's the box. You hear the skeletons and Azrael coming up the stairs, though, cutting off your escape.
All right, immediately then, it's going to be Fatboy Slim to the rescue. And Fatboy Slim is going to break that box.
He just melts through it like butter.
Like butter.
Yep.
Is Claudia awake?
No, she's unconscious and her nose is broken.
All right. I will run to the stairs then.
They're there. Like, you're gonna have to fight 20 skeletons and Azrael if you leave this room. Although in this room there is a tree which made a hole in the ceiling.
Also, your strength is out 20, so you can easily carry Claudia and climb a fucking tree.
You have flubber feet though, remember.
Oh, I could still jump. I didn't know if that ended. Then yeah, I want to try jumping up then.
All right, so make a strength check to hold Claudia with one of your superpowered arms and use the other to climb up this tree.
All right. 24.
Goodness gracious. All right, Azrael blows the doors off his hinges telepathically, and 20 skeletons just burst into the room as you're climbing up this tree holding Claudia. The skeletons can't reach you, but Azrael can, and he's going to try to mind blast you, which recharged in the interim. DC save against 15 intelligence.
8.
What do you think, Chris?
What do I think? Based on everything that's happened thus far, I think 8 is lower than 15.
You've learned a lot today. I'm very proud of you. Take 23 damage.
Ouchies. Not cool.
You're still alive, though.
That is true.
Dora, I assume you floated around to the front of the house, went up the stairs, and rejoined?
Yes.
All right, so you float into the room. Zoey is at the top of this tree. She has Claudia in one arm. You're surrounded by skeletons and Azrael. She's at the very top. She's about to escape, but she's momentarily stunned. What's happening?
Oh gosh, here we go. So Dora's gonna say, I didn't want it to come to this. You should have just listened to me. And I would like to cast Eldritch Blast.
Uh-huh.
Or Eldritch Spear, a range of 300 feet.
Mm-hmm. Eldritch Sniper Rifle.
Does 12 hit? Probably not.
By AC, yeah.
Oh, lovely.
So roll damage, Dora.
All right. 8. Not that much.
All right, you shoot her with an Eldritch Blast. Are you still conscious, Zoey?
No, that literally took me to 0. Exactly.
You had 8? We should have asked how much HP before she rolled it.
Yep.
Oh my god.
All right, Zoey and Claudia tumble off the tree and into the crowd of skeletons where they are captured.
I'm gonna turn to Azrael and say, you can have their brains, I guess. I don't know.
Dora, you sense 3 hearts coming your way very fast.
Oh.
Azrael says, which one should I eat first?
Oh boy. Zoey.
Outside in the front yard, coming towards the house, the hearts are getting closer, and you hear someone yell, "All right, it's hero time!"
Wolf, it's your time to shine.
As Wolf rides his purple worm through the front of your house.
Oh, shit.
Because there's no skeletons outside to guard it. And Wolf surfs his worm, which is also carrying Robin, into your foyer.
You're giving me too many things lately. You're all I need. You smiled at me and said, don't get me wrong, I love you. But does that mean I have to meet your father? When we are older, you'll understand what I meant when I said no. I don't think life is quite that simple. When you walk away, you don't hear me say,
As always, I'd like to thank Overclocked Remix for our theme music, including Acoustic Jam at the Lucifer Alpha, arrangement of Biohazard from Snatcher, Vampire Spanker, an arrangement of Vampire Killer from Castlevania, and Destiny Forgotten, an arrangement of Simple and Clean from Kingdom Hearts. Executive producers for Dice Funk for the month of September 2017 are Kerstine Haslinger, Jade, Extellaris, Joseph Timbrello, The Cult of Gorfanax, Dr. Goatman, Irving Royale, Ken Fursel, Andrew Grothin, Paul Mullen, Levi the Young, Luke Powers, Michael Goodell, Brent, Kevin Dobbins, Anthony Sauvier, Ziphosaurus, Elderly Goose, Salad Child, Sarah Stone, Thorsten Gross, Devin Smith, Caster UK, Aki Savalainen, Iso, The Paladin's Wife, Florian H., Charm Wilkie, Komano the Komenu, The Future Mr. and Mrs. Hadsel, Dominic Bowden, Melissa Nielsen, Dawn, Eugene T., Connor Reynolds, Sarah Likens, Pruitt Holcomb, Artemis BJJ, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Bristol, Francois V., Shyness, Dennis Pancake Detlefson, Ripter Stormwolf, Miko from Finland, Dennis Bangston, Josh Mosier and Dingo Van Dane, Allison Ansell, Sydney Marsing, Just a Jester, John Potts, Savarden Akrasimova, Brady Warner, Kitty Foe, James Neely, Marissa Donaldson, Melanie Joe, Lana Seawolf, Toby Gleason Stack, Ruby Offer, Matthew Weber, Sarah Hanley, Melissa Booker, Cameron Abbas, Dylan, Gary Sayon, Anna Stuhlfar, Sean, the host of Funk Dunk Plays, Giorgio Renna, Harrison Andrew, Kevin Seidlow, Christopher Charlo, Jorrit, Viger Arnston, Cody Jackson, August Rue, Athos, and Ingmar Gremmen. If you want to join this list and help support the show, you can find me at patreon.com/AustinYorsky. You can also find Chris at patreon.com/weeklymanga-recap, and you can help support Laura by finding her work at kotaku.co.uk. If you want to help support the show indirectly, you can always find us on YouTube, Podbean, Google Play, iTunes, and probably like 100 other places. And subscribe, comment, rate, share, or if you're listening to this in the far future, uploading it to your neural network. And if you're listening to this in the far, far, far future, I hope you're enjoying the HBO 2 adaptation of this season, although I think it's strange they cast Shia LaBeouf Jr. in the role as Robin. Not my first choice, but I respect the artistic integrity of our alien overlords, who, I hope, will be resurrecting me shortly so that we can record season 8. That's the sex season.